Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We continue to recite from Granth Sahib, Mahalla Panjwa, Var Salokanal. This is the 9th Var in that sequence. And in this Pauri and Saloks, the Sabad essentially forces us to reevaluate of a definition of what a civilization is. The Guru is acting as a psychological mirror, showing us that what we perceive as the thriving, bustling metropolis of success might actually be a terrifying, desolate wasteland. Let's see what he says. The Saloks. बसंते स्वर्ग लोक कह जितते पृथ्वी नवखंडन बिसरंत हर गोपाल है नानक ते प्राणी उद्यान परमण कौतक कोड तमासिया चितनया वसनाओ नानक कोड़ी नरक बराबर है उज्जड़ सोई थाओ. Basante, dwelling, residing. Swarg loka, in the realm, in the heavenly realm. Basante, Swarg loka, jitate prithvi navakhandana, having conquered all the 9 regions of the earth. This is the way the Indian systems look at creation. So there are regions of the earth, and then there are the heavenly realms. So this is a reference to those who have conquered the earth and now live in heavenly realms. Now what is their condition? Bisarant har gopal hai. What Guruji is saying, you might think they're in a heavenly realm, but actually, Bisarant har, having forgotten the har, the creator, that consciousness within us. Nanak te prani, such an individual is actually udayan paramana, wandering in a desolate wilderness. So you may have conquered all the realms in front of you and living in your own made paradise, but if you have not resonated with the self, then all of this is really a desolate wilderness. And furthermore, kautaka kot tamasya, millions of plays, spectacles, entertainments. Chitana avasanao, in all of this, Nam, the wisdom, the virtue never enters your head. Nanak kodi nark barabar. This is quite an indictment. Nanak kodi, like a leper in hell. That is the condition of such a being. Ujjada soi thao. And they ruin every place that they go into. What an indictment. This is really the summit. If you notice, there is a progression. There is a structure to all of these pauris, the build-up from a worm to a householder to kings and to this summit, and then a comparison between who the true king of creation is. The one who may be outwardly have nothing, turning everything upside down. So if Hari is forgotten, that condition, that question that was posed early on, that when you were in Mat Garab, that remembrance was natural. The Guru asked a question, what really happened? How did you lose that condition? What happened? And then, in this, there is a return that is happening that you're noticing. In the Pauri, Mahabhayan Udyan Nagar Kar Manya, Chut Samagri Pekh Sach Kar Janya, Kam Krodh Ahankar Fire Devanya, Sir Lagga Jam Dand Ta Pachitanya, Bin Pure Gurudev Phir Setanya. Now this is quite straightforward. Mahabhayan Udayan Nagar Karamanya. This is the level of our deception, that this terrifying wilderness has been accepted as a civilized city. Mahabhayan Udayan and Nagar, a city, a designed city. Karamanya. Chut samagri pek sachakar janya. You mistook this impermanent material world for being eternal, true? What a mistake. Kam, Krodh, Ahankar, Fira. And then you strutted about. Devanya, you're crazy. You remember a few pauris prior? It was saying that we know our days are numbered, and yet we strut about, puffed up with self-importance. Same thing is being connected here. And he says, when the staff of death, Sir Lagga Jam Dandta Pachotanya, you recognize, you wake up only when you're hit on the head with the stick. In other words, when your time is up. Bin Pure Gurudev Phire Setanya. Without Guru wisdom, you wander around like a shaitan, a demon. These are very strong insights. This is the interior mechanism. Look at the deception, the mistaking that we go through or that we live with. We are mistaking what is false and fleeting to be real. And we are filled with pride. We are driven by lust, anger, ego. And when the time arrives, there is nothing but regret. So the final line in the Pauri says what has been implicit through all of these past Pauris. Bin Pure Gurudev Phire Setanya. We need wisdom. We need to figure out how to truly live in this world. That is what we need to do, and that is orientation. It is not a technique. It is not all of your achievements. It is Gur wisdom. You have to turn to the Guru. So we have to turn inward in order to connect with the Guru, and we have to live in Guru wisdom so that we can face the vicissitudes of life, so that we can go about and actually double our pleasure without the toxicity that comes by living it only through the ego. Thank you for being with me. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.